is Bite Size Thursday. Thank you for joining us on today's work through of Avatar Rewatch. We got Jake, Jared, and Dickey here hosting. We are talking about the King of Omashu. That's right. Episode 5 is next. This is where Bumi comes in,
Bumi!
right? Ooh.
How many times do we see Bumi in this show? Because we see him at the end with the... What was the name of the...
3 times then, I think.
3 times? Because we go, we
this
go back
one,
to
and then we go back, and he's in the metal coffin.
Yes.
And then we go...
At the end of the show.
Because that was with all the...
What was the name of that secret society?
White Lotus.
Okay.
Wait, is it really the White Lotus?
I think it is.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's the
Mike
tile
White
that...
ripped off Avatar, The Last Airbender.
I was like, wait.
He was sitting on the set of School of Rock, shirtless. He had just watched the... This doesn't line up because it's 2003.
I was going to say, wait, when did this come out? Wait, what?
I don't know.
He had the DVDs. One of the kids had the DVDs.
So not during School of Rock's filming, because that came out before Avatar came out.
Yeah.
I don't know how those two line up, but yes, he definitely got inspiration from that. I'm trying to think of what else I remember happening.
Cabbage Guy's first appearance is in this thing, I think.
Cabbage Guy. Yeah, my cabbages. That makes sense.
And let's see.
I remember the rock things.
One of the first times that Sokka gets the shaft with the trap, with being in the trap.
What?
He's always the butt of the joke.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
You just had to make it a butt joke, and then we all got it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
He gets the... What did you say? He gets the shaft, he's in the trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both the trap.
He's the butt of the joke. Oh!
All right. Well, any more hype before we jump right into this episode? Ready to watch it?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's do this. Let's
take a bite.
This is Greg. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We just watched the King of Omashu.
Bumi.
In Bumi.
I thought you said booby there for a second. I was very confused.
We know where Jake's mind is this very day.
I did watch a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe for one of the later ones coming up. But yeah. Oh, Bumi's ripped, homies. Dang.
Jacked.
He fixed his like hunch. He just...
I know. I really wish it was that easy for all of us.
He made Quasimodo proud. I can make that joke. I'm crippled.
But no, this is fantastic. Oh my god, this is great. So, you know what I realized? Isn't this the first... So, I could be wrong because I know they mentioned... They said just Zuko... Did they say Ozai's name last episode, or did they just say Zuko's father?
I don't think they've said his name, except... I think the first episode, I think in the extended opening, they might have.
Fire Lord Ozai.
Because I just thought it was interesting that I realized this is the first episode that they name drop him.
They said his dad's name.
Do they
it's
say...
a 100-year war.
Yeah, they say Sozin, but I thought they said, when they say currently, I thought they mentioned.
Oh, crap. I don't remember. Which one is Ozai Mark Hamill, or...
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they might have said Ozai's name in that opening thing.
Okay.
I maybe, but this is the first time a character on screen has said it, I believe.
Because that's what I thought. It was like, oh, that's really... I didn't realize that this is the first time that they actually mention him, so they like put a person to like the...
Yeah, it's also... I think it's the first time someone in the show has said, Aang, you gotta master all 4 elements. Like, we know from the opening, but the first time in the episode someone has said something to him, like, you need to master all 4 elements and face the Fire Lord.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't. For some reason, I didn't realize. I would have.
What it is the first time of? I think it's the first time that we've seen him have like an extended duel.
Yeah,
where there's actually like a duel of bending, and it's interesting having seen the entire show already. Like looking at that and going, "Huh, he moves a lot differently later in the show, doesn't he?"
It's cool. They actually show the progression, and you can like see him getting better at that. That's really impressive.
Yeah, he's a lot more brash. I didn't ever realize how much more brash he is fighting in the first book, at least.
It is cool that his because I didn't realize you're right. This was his first duel. It's against his old friend. So I think that's a really like good way to like get back into the fighting spirit rather than actually your first long duel being against someone that actually wants to kill you.
Zuko is not even in this, is he?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't realize that until just now.
That's okay. We get enough of him in book 2.
We get enough of him just period. It's the perfect amount.
It really is.
Perfect arc.
Yeah. It is funny how the episode, it fills the 20 minutes, but it doesn't feel like filler. It is a little bit.
It definitely...
Like I said,
it feels
filler,
like more like one of the Nicktoon ones.
Yeah.
The more Nickelodeon-ish ones.
It technically is filler because it's not progressing anything outside of... They go here because he wants to. They don't go here because they have to. But it does set up things that are important. But it would be considered more of a filler episode.
Like,
it's still the first chunk of episodes.
I feel like it's like 85-90% filler because like a couple of things like it first drops Ozai and like we said all that. But like the majority of it's just kind of messing around and silly hijinks and...
Again, I think we mentioned in the previous episode that solstice, which is coming up in a couple episodes, is like the turning point in these early episodes where it's like, okay, now the main plot is starting to move forward, like really move forward. We're not just meandering for a little bit on the way to the North Pole. Like we're really starting to go because he's now. That's when he and Roku talk, right, in the solstice 2-parter. Because it's like, okay, like we've had pieces of the main story moving this whole time, but like that's the big turning point. Before we even hit the halfway mark of the season. And I remember watching this with my brother that one time we went through the whole thing. I was like, I don't remember all of this 2-parter, but I do remember afterwards nothing felt the same. But for some reason, I thought the Solstice 2-parter was after Jet and the Great Divide, and it's not.
So wait, remind me again, what episodes are the Solstice 2-parter?
7 and 8. This was 5, so it's coming up quick.
Interesting. For some reason I thought we had more time before like it got real.
Isn't Jet episode 10 or something like that? Okay.
Great Divide right after. But
It
those
is
two I feel
burned
like
into
are
my memory.
That's probably the episode I've seen the most outside of the first episode.
I don't know why, but they showed it like
they did
every week.
I feel like I've seen that episode so many times, like even more than I probably remember. Where I don't. Maybe that's why I've disliked it because I've seen it too many times.
Also, is the Great Divide's in book 1?
Yeah.
Jake, I'm with you. For some reason, I thought that was not in this.
I thought it was in 2. I thought it was.
It's right before the storm is the episode after it.
I thought Toph was in it.
Nope. Huh. Because remember,
because Toph isn't in book 1 at all, right?
Nope.
No, not at all.
There's a chunk of book 2 before she's there. She's like episode 26 and episode 21 is the first episode of book 2, so it's like 4 or 5 episodes before we even get to Toph.
Yeah, I'm totally with
I was going to say about the Great Divide, I think it's like Katara goes with one group and Sokka goes with the other, and Aang's kind of the mediator in between. Right. That's why Toph isn't there. Other than the story, that's why I can remember Toph's not there, because the other two split up.
I just thought that he was able to earthbend.
I don't think he can at that point. Are you thinking of the one where Toph is training him like super hard?
Maybe.
Like the one where Sokka's stuck in a hole?
Oh,
Maybe.
I remember.
And that's later in book 2. I think that's the first time Toph tries training him.
That is.
And Katara's trying to say like he's more sensitive, so you can't. You got to be a little more sensitive when you train him. And of course, Toph ignores that advice. Yeah. I think that's what that episode is. I don't even remember what episode that is. I think it's Bitter Work, but it's somewhere in there. But this episode, again, it's weird. It's like it flew by. It's paced well. There's always something happening, and yet there's not many takeaways from it because it's that filler. But it's weird. It's like it's nice to sit back and relax now because I know it's going to get going.
It's perfectly, like, I think the whole season is perfectly paced in that way. I think it takes the right amount of time to, just screw around, like, let us realize who Aang and who all of them are, and then it really puts into place. And this episode is, like, a perfect.
Now, we have to answer the most burning question about this episode.
Oh, God.
Did they know how key Cabbage Guy was going to be?
No. There's no way. I mean, maybe.
I thought I read somewhere, when people post stuff like behind the scenes stuff just online randomly. I thought I read from that years ago They used it in this episode, but then it was so popular, every chance they could, they brought him back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it was a wise choice.
How did that, like, why did that catch on? Like,
because it's funny. Do you know what funny is?
I do know. I just like it's such a random thing.
This show's comedic timing is almost never off.
No, you're right.
Almost
it nails
never.
It really.
Kangaroo Island. I heard that place is hopping, and there's just this long pause, and then Sokka laughs. What? I thought it was funny.
Well, like that's impressive. Like that long, like that. The time pause is perfectly timed.
Or the when they're first going down the mail trough, and they land and ping.
Oh,
freeze frame.
That's such a good freeze frame.
I know what his name is. Rocky. Or he's an
earthbender.
Rocky. And they said perfect pause.
What? They have buildings here that don't melt?
They really they give like Sokka's delicious. I think that him for the majority of the comedic lines nails it.
Yeah, again, last week's or maybe 2 weeks ago, the when Aang used his jerky to make the fire, he's like, no wonder the flame smelled so good. I was thinking about that earlier today and laughing, just like, he's so funny.
He like who plays him again?
Jack
actor's
something.
name.
I know we shouldn't talk about the second series, but it just
Jack
burns.
DeSena.
It just burns so much
Cena,
that none of them are in the new series hardly at all. I know it can't be that way, but
well, it's like Aang physically can't.
Yeah.
But then they could have had Sokka there, and they didn't. I'm still not happy about that. It's like, but why? Like, Katara's here. Top's
Sokka
here.
is older than Katara, isn't he?
By like a year.
Yeah.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like, he could easily be alive. Why did they kill him? Okay.
Yeah, they had to have some tragedy. I don't know. But
Well, Korra is to Avatar what med school is to Scrubs.
yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anything else about today's episode?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. Well, it was a great one. Honestly, on this rewatch, it's so hard to just watch one episode at a time and not just like, okay, just one more. Okay, just one more.
It's kind of like it's like a meal, but we're eating it in bite sizes.
Hey, he said the thing.
Well played, Jared. Well, if they want to follow all of our clever comedic sayings like that, where can they follow us online?
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, the funny TikTok, and Twitter if it's still around. And then you can listen to us on Apple and Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And hey, watch us here on YouTube. Like and subscribe and comment and ring our bell. And make sure you rate and comment us on all those sites. And check out our groovy website.
Yeah. And don't forget, every Thursday, watch along. We are next episode moving on to episode 6. So give that a watch and then come watch us talk about it. So that will be a good time. So from all of us here at Off Slate Media, don't forget
to take a bite.